This movie's third act was brought to you by Krispy Kreme Donuts.
The answer to what is happening to you is here. You five are the Power Rangers.
Did I just hear you say we're Power Rangers?
Is this some kind of joke? We're talking to a wall.
I was kind of expecting a little more.
Power Rangers is directed by Dean Israelite, and it stars a bunch of, kids. You don't really know them. I suppose they're up and coming. There's a kid from Perth. Hey, he's the Red Ranger. Get around him. That's probably why I went and saw this movie, actually. It also stars Bryan Cranston and Elizabeth Banks. So Power Rangers is pretty much the origin story of the Power Rangers. And there are these 5 kids. They're pretty troubled kids, sort of. They're a bit of misfits. They screw up sometimes. And one night in a mine, they end up finding these power coins. And these power coins give them the ability to become the Power Rangers. And they must stop Rita Repulsa, played by Elizabeth Banks, who is trying to destroy the world to collect some sort of crystal. Power Rangers is definitely a movie that has a lot of problems in it. I do have a problem with some of the performances. They do feel out of place. And the action is pretty, left for the second half of the movie. But one thing I can definitely tell you is that Power Rangers is so much fun. So much fun to the fact that the entire third act pretty much takes place at a Krispy Kreme Donuts. And you're okay with it because you're having so much fun. It's a little bit, off-putting, but you're having fun. The performances from the 5 Power Rangers, they're fine, they're decent. They're not really terrible, and they do enough to serve the characters of the Power Rangers. As for Elizabeth Banks, her performance, despite her presence being scary on screen and intimidating, it just comes off as a bit cartoonish, and she feels like she might be in a different movie than what she actually is in. And Bryan Cranston as well as Zordon, he's fine. He's just a floating head that yells at them. I think it's a bit of a waste of Bryan Cranston, to be honest. The action as well, I also think is pretty well done. There is the occasional action moment where you go, wait, how did that happen? And that's not very good. But I did really enjoy the third act, the big fight where all the Power Rangers are going at it. That was really good, that was well done. And the writing overall, it's fine. There's nothing to complain about with the writing of Power Rangers. It's just fine. The characters are relatively fleshed out, and that's what I like about them, and they actually made an attempt to give every Power Ranger decent development. I mean, really, everyone has development. That's probably the most surprising part of this movie, because I thought, alright, you got 5 Power Rangers, you have Zordon, and you have Rita Repulsa, and you have to develop out those 7 at pretty much a minimum. And they did a little bit more with some of the parents of the Power Rangers, and that was impressive. I did like that. I also think this is a step up from Dean Israelite's previous film, Project Almanac, a movie that I thought was okay and not too much fun, just enough to get through it. But here, Power Rangers did a really good job with it. It's really fun, there's a lot of fun action, and here are some of the problems with Power Rangers, I guess. When they integrate the suits into the movie, it's kind of a shock, because you only see the suits one time before they actually go into the third act for the big fight. I would have liked to have seen them have the suits and actually do some action with them, opposed to them just being teens fighting without any suits. Also, the product placements in this movie, they're actually really, really bland and obvious. The third act is at Krispy Kreme's. I keep mentioning this because they literally have they discover it's going to be at Krispy Kreme's, and then there's full-on shots of Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa eating donuts from Krispy Kreme in the store. It's insane. It's like Krispy Kreme funded half the movie. It's actually ridiculous. But Power Rangers overall, it's a fine movie. You will have fun with it. I can guarantee that you will have fun with it if you embrace the action. Some of the dialogue is a little bit cheesy, but the movie has to be cheesy. I mean, there's this one moment just before the final fight where it goes full-on cheesiness, and I sat there laughing because they did that, but you had to do it. The Power Rangers, it's either gritty or it has to be cheesy. It can't be somewhere in the middle. It's got to have a bit of both. So Power Rangers, Platypus approves. I'm sorry if this review seemed a little bit rambly. I don't know, I'm just working through some things. I might be getting a camera soon, I'm not sure entirely. Have you seen Power Rangers? What did you think of it? What 90s TV show would you like to see turn into a movie? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the Platypus. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Oh wow, you made it to the end of the video. Good job. How about you click that subscribe button for more content? Or click one of these 2 videos. Either one's good enough.